All right, y'all. Here we go. All right. Go ahead and get into this thing. I started to do a pre-recorded video, but I said, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and do this thing live. So yeah, here we go, y'all. What's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99 back again with another video. All right, so yeah, man, we here again, y'all. It's I would say a disappointment, but not really. I mean, these two fights here had some switch ups, but the competition level, it's not like it went down. It actually kind of went up, in my opinion. For both of these fighters that had to pull out, but it's that musical chairs once again, right? We got flyweight musical chairs. March 12th. Yeah, I was about to say March 12th was looking like a bust right now, but no, man. Like I said, we got some good, competition stepping in for these replacements. So yeah, man. As y'all know, March 12th, JJ Aldrich was supposed to be taking on Ariane Lipski, but unfortunately, Ariane Lipski had to pull out of the fight. I still don't know why, undisclosed reasons. Everywhere I've been checking, if you know, just let me know in the comment section or whatever. But yeah, I've been looking on her Twitter. I didn't see anything posted there. She pulled out. So Jillian Robertson, G Rob, she's stepping in. All right. And to your right, of course, we were supposed to have Sabina Mazo versus Mandy Boehm on the same card, right? That was a good fight. That was a decent fight. But Mandy Boehm, unfortunately, she had to pull out of her fight. And from my understanding, she was going to let everybody know. I saw on her IG that she posted up, had to pull out of a fight, and details were coming. I understand why they just can't say it right away. It must be something, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but yeah, she had to pull out of the fight. But luckily, Miranda Maverick, she was right there waiting. She was waiting right there. Stepped in, said she'll take it, and she posted it up real early this morning. So I was like, oh man, first saw it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing up. Because Miranda Maverick's already been stating that she's been waiting for a fight. She's just been waiting to get back in there sometime soon. She said been waiting on a call. Trying to get back in there ASAP. And I guess she was willing to take a short notice. It's the first time she's had to take a short notice, right? So yeah, Miranda Maverick is stepping in against Mina Mazo. But let's go back here. Let's talk JJ Aldrich versus G Rob here. My honest opinion, like I said, I think this is a good fight. Like it's not like the competition levels really stepped down. I think it's the same. This is battle of the unranked. Aldrich, Lipski, G Rob, they're all unranked fighters. So and they all have good skills on their level. They're all very dangerous fighters on their level. So I can't say this is like a step down or this is a disappointment. I mean, now stylistically, if you were looking for, a stand-up fight and a banger like I was, it would kind of disappoint you. But at the same time, since we still have two skilled fighters stepping in here, like Aldrich and Robertson, of course it's going to be contrasting styles. I'll still take it. You know what I mean? I'll still take it because this is going to be a fight where JJ Aldrich, I think she's going to have to switch gears now. She's going to have to be prepared for, a grappler, somebody that's going to be constantly trying to get her to the ground, So this is a fight where Aldrich is going to have to showcase the well-roundedness, On the lower tier, I'd say JJ Aldrich is one of the fighters I feel like that can go far if she can. Well, I'd say she's one of the fighters that I think is very close to being more so well-rounded as some of the rest. She's not really one-dimensional. Like she was known for her striking, very good technical striking, but she has been improving on her wrestling and on her takedown defense as well. She can get on the ground and she can get dirty as well. She's been trying to get that part, um, you know, um, established and that discipline polished. But if she's going in there with somebody like Jillian Robertson, I really wouldn't advise, or stress for her to try to grapple with Jillian Robertson. Jillian Robertson is, one of the best grapplers on the on the unranked tier. Has the most submission wins in the flyweight division, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I know she's third place with the most wins, right behind Chikagan and Valentina Shevchenko. So she's one of those fighters, like I say, Mackenzie Dern. When she gets you down to the ground, boom, she'll submit you. She can pretty much twist you up, right? Or she'll TKO you with a ground and pound. So going into this fight, yeah, this is definitely a different texture here. JJ Aldrich doesn't have to worry about the power necessarily like she did with Lipski. Lipski's stand up probably would have made Aldrich make it a ground fight. But now she's going in there with a grappler. She's going to have to make it a stand up fight, right? So, striker versus grappler, it might come down to be that. Let's see what Jillian Roberts can do with her hands this time around. Has she improved? That's still yet to be seen. But I think when it comes down to the technical stand up, that's all Jillian Robertson, right? That's all JJ Aldrich. Let's see, JJ Aldrich right now. I know she has been, really getting the work in. She's been making them improvements. Last time out, she defeated Vanessa Demopoulos, right? Let me just check records here. She defeated Vanessa Demopoulos, and I want to say before that it was Courtney Casey, right? And that was kind of a close fight, but I still had JJ winning. Let's see. Yeah, JJ is 10-4 right now. And yeah, she is on a 2-fight win streak. Because she had lost a decision to Sabina Mazo. Okay, yeah, she defeated Courtney Casey and Vanessa Demopoulos. And Jillian Robertson, she just snapped the 2-fight skid, right? A 2-fight skid with a win over Priscilla Cachoeira. All right, so yeah, she defeated Priscilla Cachoeira. Before that, she had lost to Miranda Maverick and Taylor Santos. So Jillian Robertson, this is definitely a step up in competition for her from her last fight. Priscilla Cachoeira more so one-dimensional, but now she's dealing with more of a multi-dimensional fighter in JJ Aldrich. She's going to have to be prepared for somebody that's going to be setting up strikes and counter strikes and, willing to wrestle with her at times and, even fight her in the clinch, So, yeah, this is definitely a step up in competition for her as well as Aldrich. She's dealing with probably one of the most dangerous ground fighters on her resume today for JJ Aldrich. So, yeah, that fight's going down March 12th. And let's go over here to the right. Sabina Mazo is now taking on Mandy Bohm. Now, like I said, I don't really see it as a disappointment, as a switch up. I mean, I wanted to see what Mandy Bohm could do, because she came into the UFC, lost her first fight against Ariane Lipski. I wanted to see her be able to bounce back and, show her worth, go back in there and look the part of a UFC fighter. But had to step out. Like I said, I'll keep y'all posted on why both of these fighters had to pull out. But I was looking forward to that matchup. I was already kind of looking at that type of style and size, 2 long, lanky fighters, seeing how that whole thing was going to play out. It was going to be a good stand-up battle or, good just Muay Thai fight. Who was going to go in the inside here, fighting the clinch. Because both of these fighters have those long, wiry frames, good for knees to the body and like high kicks, you know what I mean? So I was curious. I was really curious about that style. But since I'm more so familiar with Miranda Maverick and, wanting to see her get back in the business, I actually think this is a step up for Mazo. It's definitely a step up in competition and, step up in me wanting to see this matchup now. Sabina Mazo also on a 2-fight skid, right? Let me see who she lose to. She lost to Mariah Agapova and Alexis Davis, right? I want to make sure here. Let me double check now. I know sometimes I can memorize these fights, but I just like to double check. Yeah, she's on a 2-fight lose. Yeah, Agapova and Alexis Davis. So Sabina Mazo is in a must-win situation. Very much so is Miranda Maverick. Also on a 2-fight skid to Erin Blanchfield and Macy Barber. Now, I know we can argue all day that she won the Macy Barber fight, but in reality, Miranda Maverick is 2-2 right now. So must win for both fighters. Whoever loses is going to be on 3-fight losing streak and might have to worry about being cut from the roster. You know what I mean? They just, didn't renew contract for Alexis Davis. I know that maybe had to do some more with age with Alexis Davis, but you never know, right? Whoever looks really bad in this fight, that goes on a 3-fight losing streak. Like whoever gets stopped or submitted in this fight might very well be cut, right? So, yeah, this is a fight where they got to really give it their all. Shout out to Miranda for taking it on short notice, but I just hope that she's really prepared for this fight. Mazo though she's on that 2-fight losing streak, she is dangerous. She's dangerous. She always has that equalizer. She has that power. Like, maybe not so much in her hands, but in her body attack. Her knees, of course, her head kicks. The way she can set that head kick up, at the last minute. That's something you really have to look out for. Sabina Mazo is dangerous like that. But one of the things I've noticed about her is that Sabina Mazo can be a slow starter. If you look at her losses and even her close fights, Sabina Mazo is a fighter that can kind of trail. She'll sit back like she did against Justine Keach. So for me, this is the time for Miranda to close range, show that physical strength and show that wrestling. You know what I mean? Like, you got to go in there and cancel out the tall, long striker. The same way Marina Moreau did. The same way who Alexis Davis did. Get this fight down to the ground. Sabina Mazo, she's on her back, she's not the best. But she's in the clinch. If you can nullify her ability to get a tie clinch on you and get knees off, she's not the best. Like, if you can, position her hands the right way, get your head in her chest, you can get knees off on her. But if you let her get that tie clinch, it's a wrap. She's going to get those knees to your body and wear you down. So for Miranda, she's got to be gritty in this fight. She's got to go for ground. She's got to make this a grappling match. She's got to be the wrestler here. I wouldn't want to see her striking on the outside at all. In case she has to, of course, set up jabs to get on the inside. But I don't want to see her spinning round after round the outside with Mazo, who can deliver that, that pendulum. You know what I mean? That head kick is like a pendulum, the way she comes swinging and cracks you to the head and puts you down. You don't want to mess around with that. So, hey, I like this matchup. Again, it's like the Aldrich G-Rob fight. It's striker. It could be striker versus grappler very much so, right? So yeah, man. I just want to come through and just discuss these fights real quick with y'all. Like I said, I was about to record a video, but I said let me go ahead and get on the discussion real quick. Let's see, BJ in the building. What's going on? And then Bluebird up in here. He said Miranda versus Aldrich is interesting. You mean Miranda versus? You mean that would be interesting, or do you mean they're making it interesting? They're separate bouts. Bluebird, is that what you mean? Yeah. Alexis Davis. Yeah, that's why I said they make crazy moves right now, man. So I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't renew Caitlin Kagan's contract, which that would be a stupid move if they didn't. I don't know. Yeah, Miranda's fighting Mazo, Bluebird, and G-Rob is fighting Aldrich. Yeah. But I mean, they're both good fights, if that's what you mean. I mean, to me, like I said, it's not really like a step down. They actually got better competition stepping in their place. Like G-Rob, she matches Lipski's competition. She matches the caliber. So it keeps the fight the same. It's not like they got like a late replacement from outside the UFC here. And for Mazo taking on Maverick now, saying boom, that's actually a better matchup, right? Because you're dealing with somebody that has 4 fights in the UFC, where Mandy Bohm is coming off 1 loss, and we only see her fight once, right? So this is actually a step up in competition, So yeah, but yeah, this is to me, JJ Aldrich. This is her chance right now. This is JJ Aldrich's chance right now. If she gets a good win, somehow. Well, I can't say she can get into the top 15 yet because Aaron's there, Manone's there, and Casey's there, and you can't just knock them out right now. And Macy's right up in there. Montana's about to fight her. So JJ Aldrich, where could they put her, man? Like, because a good win over Jillian should put her next in line. I think, like, if she can finish Jillian Robertson, or just get a dominant win, that should put JJ Aldrich like runner up for number 15, however that goes. You know what I mean? Like, if Aaron Blanchfield was to lose her next fight, then boom, that put her in. Or it would kind of go back down to her and Melissa Gatto, right? Because JJ would be on a 3-fight win streak, right? JJ would just defeated Courtney Casey, Demopoulos. I know that's okay. That's not the biggest win, but still, you know what I mean? It's a win. And if she can beat G-Rob, then boom, that should get her up in there or next in line. For Jillian Robertson, this would be a 2-fight win streak for her. So we'll see, we'll see if she can keep it going. but for Mazo and Maverick, man, oh man, like for Sabina Mazo and Maverick, they're both on 2-fight losing streaks right now, man. Like Maverick got to look good in this fight. Miranda, she has to look good in this fight. Like I know she has this potential. Like I know a lot of people don't see it, but it's all about that execution. Like I said, like I don't want to see her fall into that Montana category where it's like you have some tools, but you just don't know how to execute, or you're not pulling it out right. Because I think she definitely has the IQ to grow, and she has that intellect as a fighter to know what to do, but it's got to start translating in this fight here. It had to translate in the Aaron Blanchfield fight. You know what I mean? Like when she fought Aaron Blanchfield, Miranda's striking should have been up to par. That should have been the fight where you use your striking, because you don't really want to wrestle and you don't want to go down to the ground with a black belt like Aaron Blanchfield, right? So for Miranda in that fight, it should have been striking all day, takedown defense, because that would have been a solid level. That would have been a dope level for her to show against Aaron Blanchfield. That's why I wanted to talk about in another video one day, man, just like how you show well-rounded. It's like if Aaron's ground game is on point, you know what I mean? You got to switch gears. You got to start using that striking. So when you use that striking against Aaron, whose defense isn't that good, defense is spotty, that's how you get them rounds in. You keep her at bay, you keep her moving, you make her reset, and you just outpoint them. But you don't really want to match somebody that their ground game is their life, right? I mean, it is partly Miranda's, but I'm just saying, like, for Aaron, what she's shown in the past, I was always like, her ground game is like top notch compared to some of these ladies, So yeah, man, 2-fight losing streak for both of them, man. I don't know what's gonna happen here, man. I really don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm ready. March 12th is going down. What else? Oh yeah, Saturday night, the Jinh Fry versus Hannah Goldie fight is off. As y'all know, that fight is off. Hannah Goldie just posted up on her IG like last night, yesterday. Hannah Goldie has the flu. It's nothing C19 related. I don't think. She just has the flu, and I don't think she'll be able to. She's definitely not going to recover in time, because the fight is 2 days from here, right? So she's off the card. No replacement for Jinh Fry, so she'll just have to postpone. But yeah, I mean, that wasn't like a major fight. I just wanted to see Jinh Fry get back in there and get a win. I was leaning more towards Fry in that fight. And like I said, that was just more like the battle of, whoever has the best physique, really. Like, just been nice to see him in that way, right? But yeah, man. Let's see, what else? Who else canceled? Nobody else canceled. That's about it. But I know tomorrow night is Bellator, Sinead Kavanaugh and Leah McCourt. I might come back and talk about that later, because who else is on that card? Danny Nealon. Yeah, I'm looking out for Danny Nealon. She's another up-and-coming strawweight versus, let's see, Stephanie Page. Then we got Loveth Young fighting tomorrow. Dang, we got a lot of fights on a Friday, man. Yeah, that's real. Yeah, that's what the fight was about to be. Classic physique contest, man. Like, because they are like two of the like two of the fighters with like two of the best physiques in the world of WMMA. Jinh Fry and Hannah Goldie. So maybe they could compete on that level, like if they're going like to one of those fitness contests or whatever, right? Let's see. Early pick though versus JJ Aldrich and Jillian Robertson. I'm gonna say, I know if it goes to the ground, I'm gonna favor Jillian Robertson though. I am gonna favor Jillian Robertson. Very close fight. Stand up, I would have to go with JJ Aldrich, but I can't really go. Yeah, I think that's more of a 50-50 fight. But Mazo Maverick, I'm gonna go with Maverick. I think once she gets it clinched up into the ground, she'll get the ground control time that she needs, and she'll get the work in. All she got to do is watch what Alexis Davis was able to do. Capitalize on Mazo's inactivity the first couple rounds, right? Capitalize on Mazo's inactivity the first couple rounds. Control, and work and ground and pound, So Alexis Davis got the blueprint out there. Marina Moreau put the blueprint out there, So I think Maverick can do it March 12th. It's a short notice, but, as long as you're staying ready, you staying in shape, should be no problem. Jinyu Kim is fighting Priscilla Cachoeira. Yeah. Jinyu Kim is fighting Priscilla Cachoeira. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be watching that. Darby Crasher, he likes Aldrich. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards Aldrich all around. Like, I think if Aldrich can, use her takedown defense, keep it standing, we'll see how good a takedown defense is against a grappler like Jillian Robertson, though. Like, it's all going to come down to her making sure she doesn't throw crazy kicks, that get caught. Daniel said Jillian will get a decision if she sticks to her game plan. Back in 2 rounds with her grappling. Yeah, if she can get at least 2 rounds of just ground control, that's in the bag. Yeah. Yep. Let's see what we got here. But yeah, that's about it, y'all. BJ said Aldrich might try to box Jillian up. Jillian is excellent at catching kicks. Yeah, that's why I said she can't throw crazy kicks. You got to be careful against Jillian with what type of kicks you throw. Just keep it low. Keep it low. I say, throw low kicks, no mid kicks. You throw mid kicks against a grappler, Let's see. Daniel said, I really have to respect the fighter's takedown defense to take them over Robertson. Yeah, or their hands or their power. Yeah, this is really going to be a test for her takedown defense, in my opinion. And the thing is, I don't think JJ Aldrich has that type of physical strength. Like, if it went to the ground, I don't think JJ has that type of physical strength. Like, I mean, maybe she'll prove us wrong March 12th, but she don't have the strength like Miranda and Taylor did to really, like, just pressure and nullify Jillian on the ground. I think it's going to be more of a even battle, or even go more so Jillian's way, because this is where she lives, So those fighters like Taylor and Miranda, they're on the ground, and their strength is more accustomed to that more than the stand-up fighter like JJ Aldrich, if that makes sense, right? When you see them thick athletic fighters like Santos and Maverick on the ground, and they're like, neutralizing Jillian Robertson, that's because they're down there. They roll like that, But Jillian's been working on her wrestling, and she's been getting that work in with the team now. She's with, she works with the Rose and so on. But I don't know if it's to that level of the same physical strength. Yeah, Daniel said he's not confident now. He said he'll default to the advanced grappler. Yeah. When it comes down to it, it comes down to whoever's really, it's gonna come down to whoever is like really, really, really comfortable with their strength, with their major strength. Like JJ Aldrich, her thing is a stand up. That's hers. Stand up is hers. Her boxing is hers. But sometimes you can still get through it, right? Macy Barber was able to get through it. Courtney Casey almost got through it. You can still kind of weather her storm when it comes down to her hands. But like, Jillian is very, very confident when it's on the ground, and she's confident about getting it there. She's keen on getting it there. So yeah, I can see you leaning towards Jillian definitely because of that. Like, her ground game is hers, you know what I mean? But if JJ can prove us wrong and has some type of physical strength on the ground, then it would be closer, but that's yet to be seen. So Darby said Jillian got no striking. No, she don't. She don't. Like, when it comes down to it, there really is no there really is no fundamentals of striking in Jillian Robertson. When she go down to the ground, her best striking is on the ground, but like no, like she has no striking when it comes to like stand up. Like no. Like even not Courtney Casey, but even Casey O'Neill has shown better commitment in hands than G Rob has. And I just don't understand why not. Like she seems like limber and athletic and can move. Jillian's young. She can move. I've seen some old men move, with their hands and kicks. Guys in their 40s that love that. It's just natural to them. Like, wonder why she just won't accept that. I don't know, man. BJ said Jillian may not have the best striking, but her grappling is so dangerous that opens up for her to land strikes. Watch the Courtney Casey fight. Yeah. I mean, as the competition steps up, I want to see her like do like Courtney Casey. Courtney Casey is not the best fundamental striker. I always think of her as like a brawler. Like when she start taking down, like with Jillian start taking down like those technical strikers and shutting them out, or even like striking with them. Excuse me. If she starts like striking with them, I'll be taking my hat off a little bit more. Like Casey O'Neill would deal with Roxanne. She was willing to strike with Roxanne. She didn't say, "Oh, I want to go to the ground." Whenever Roxanne bloodied her nose. Roxanne bloodied Courtney Casey's nose was Casey O'Neill. Sorry, when Roxanne bloodied Casey O'Neill's nose, what did she do? She kept coming with the thunder, right? Double and triple numbers in the with double numbers in the striking output. She never just wanted to go straight back down to the ground. So I could see Jillian getting something in on Courtney Casey because not the most technical striker, But yeah, she don't. Yeah, she doesn't have hands. Like when you compare everybody in the flyweight division, yeah, she doesn't have hands. Daniel ever said she's Tyson when she gets down to the ground. Right. Yeah. She finishes when she's on the ground. Yeah. BJ said Jillian doesn't need to have good striking. Okay, keep thinking that way. I mean, she doesn't need to have good striking. If you think that way, she'll continue to stay unranked. If that's the way she's gonna fight, if you don't need to have good striking, then you'll always stay unranked. If you think that way, you'll stay unranked. That's why she's unranked right now, because she doesn't have good striking. Now, are you saying good as in the best? Because I'm rating it as elite striking, good striking, and average striking, and no striking. All right. Are you saying she doesn't need at least a B level or C level striking? Because to say somebody doesn't need to have good striking, I mean, you got to have good striking. You don't have to have great striking or the best striking, but you have to have good striking because you got to have the fundamentals down, right? Because if you continue to, like, if that's how she's thinking, like, I don't need good striking, that's why you're unranked. Because Casey O'Neill got better striking than Jillian Robertson. It's average striking. It's going to get her somewhere, Darby said it's only MMA. Why would she need striking? Yeah, you being sarcastic, ain't you? I know, Darby. I know you being sarcastic. He said, "Yeah, it's only MMA. Why would she need striking?" I hope you being sarcastic, Darby. BJ says finish against finish. Her ability to strike doesn't determine her ranking. It determines how far she'll get, though. Her ability to strike definitely determines how far she'll get. Because if you can't strike with some of these strikers, or if you can't strike with Taylor Santos, or you can't outstrike Miranda and they out grapple you, then you're going to fall behind. Because imagine if Jillian Robertson could have struck, like if she had striking, she could have used her striking against Miranda Maverick, or she could have used it against Taylor Santos, right? She could have got that work in on them, right? She could have switched it up and said, okay, these girls are stronger than me on the ground, so I'm going to outwork them on the feet. Right? She could have did that, but since she couldn't, all she depended on was the ground. Winds up losing both of these fights, 2 in a row. BJ says she isn't ranked because she lost. Exactly. But why did she lose? He said Damian Maya made it to championship level without striking, but does he still have like a decent, well-rounded game compared to Jillian? You have to think, why is she losing though? Why is she losing? Why is she losing though, BJ? That's the question. Why does she lose? Why was Mackenzie Dern losing? Like, why is she so keen on getting her striking better, right? But actually, Mackenzie Dern actually took what? Okay, that's a perfect example. Why is Jillian Robertson unranked, and why is Mackenzie Dern number 5 right now, BJ? Why? Because she said, my hands are trash. My hands are trash, and I need to work on them. So she got her hands to a certain level. But that's another bad example. You could say like Damian Maya is like, okay, one dimensional like Ronda Rousey. Eventually, it depends on what division you're in, and you can get there, right? Like Ronda Rousey got far without her striking, right? It depends on the timing. It depends on the opponents you're facing. It depends on who's in that division. But Jillian Robertson's been unranked for a very long time now. And why can't she get there? Because she doesn't have the necessary tools. She doesn't have the necessary tools. But going back to what I was saying, 2 grapplers, Mackenzie Dern, Jillian Robertson. Why is Mackenzie Dern number 5? Okay, we can say, oh, she got hyped up. No, she did get a little bit of hype, but she did improve on her hands. She did improve on some of her skills, right? She did go in there and say, I got to work on this, and I got to work on my hands. I got to work on my stance. I got to take some chances. Granted, they're still not the best, but the thing is, she's still committed to working on it. But again, obviously, yeah, Mackenzie can't, but who's ranked higher? Who's ranked higher? Because they're still connecting. Look, I like Jillian Robertson. She is submitting people on the lower level. She could very much well submit JJ Aldrich. But if she wants to break in the top 15, you got to have something else. You got to have something else. Like Damian Maya, that's more of a Ronda Rousey thing. Okay, I could, I'll give you that. He got there off of some of his, off of one strength. But that's all about timing. She ain't gone nowhere though, right? I mean, she's still here. She's still in this realm with the unranked fighters. And why? Because sometimes, depending on what division you're in, you can skate by. Like if you go in the bantamweight division now, if you get one strong person in bantamweight division right now off of one strong suit, one strong suit, they could probably make it there. Why? Because the division isn't at its best. But the flyweight division right now, it has a lot of good, well-rounded fighters. So Jillian, let's say Jillian was like a big, strong bantamweight with her one suit. She could probably get far with it there because, it's kind of a dry division. Whereas flyweight, you're only going to get so far because you got strikers, you got wrestlers, you got grapplers, you got all of that. B just said we could talk till we blue in the face on what Jillian needs to do. Well, you're right. We can. I can do this all day. And that's why she's still unranked, BJ. Just accept that. Accept that she's unranked for a reason. And accept that she'll be unranked as long as you think that you don't need striking to get wins. I'll go all day. I'll go all day. So if you just come with we can talk till we blue in the face. Hey, for sure. For sure. Like I said, I like her, but I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to lie to these fighters and tell them, oh, you great. You great. No, you good at this one thing, but something gotta give. And I ain't talking about Miranda. Don't try to change the subject. That's a TKO. See, that's a TKO right there. You try to change the subject, jump on Miranda. No, we talking about Jillian right now. Don't change the subject. I think that's a TKO right there. Darby said no super chat. Nope, no super chat over here. Well, unfortunately, not. You know, if I could get up to 1,000, probably would, but you know, not as of right now. Yeah, Darby said Jillian is decent, but her striking is non-existent. Sorry, that's the truth, and that's why she's not a true contender. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Why do you think Valentina has the belt? Valentina has the belt because she can do both. And she's going to keep that belt as long as she can knock you out or she can whoop your behind on the ground. And if you can only submit people, if you can only submit a certain level of people, but when they get to be big and strong and they start nullifying your ground game, then you're going to stay in that particular ranking. Now, when you start developing these hands that can, you know, drop people and, you know, throw people off, like, I don't know if she's going to strike. I don't know if she's going to take me down. What, you know, if you don't ever develop that, then boom, you're going to stay there. Like Carla Esparza, you see, she started putting her hands together a little bit. She knew. Why do you think Carla's out there working on her boxing? She was out there at, she out there working with some dude from Africa, right? And she was working on her boxing. She knew she needed to work on that. And my point about Miranda in the end is what I'm saying is Miranda has more at her disposal. She just needs to really, really buckle down and get it in. You know, she needs to use it. You know what I mean? She has the intellect. I think she commits more to her striking, and she has the ground game. And she has the win over Jillian Robertson to say, hey, my ground game is better than hers. You know? So if she put the hands together, she'd be good to go. But that's all I really got, guys. Y'all got me on here longer just talking, but I got to go. Yeah, Robot Chicken said Miranda's not a killer, but she still beat Jillian. Exactly. Like if she can, you know, not just I won't even say like she needs real kill switch. She just needs pure execution now. That's all. Organically Power Life said Dern is high rated because her BJJ background line is about looks, personality, also polarizing figure as people dislike her. Yeah, and she's getting wins. Unlike, you know, like I'm saying with G Rob, like, you know, G Rob will lose those fights there when she steps up, but you know, Mackenzie's still winning, and you know, she's kind of breaking even sometimes where, you know, she'll win, lose, but for the most part, she'll still keep wins to hold her ground. And she got perfect timing with Nina Azarov, you know. BJ said everyone else beat. She's 2-1. Basically, she's basically two. I mean, she's 2-2, but she could be 3-1. You know, Macy didn't really beat her. You know, Macy didn't really do anything to beat her. Lost one fight really to Aaron Blanchfield. Because if you saying Miranda lost to everyone, I mean, come on, G Rob, come on, Taylor, Miranda, Macy, you know, you got to have more than that. Say, yeah, you got that ability to finish, on the ground, but you got to have more than that. But yeah, man, I'm about to get up out of here. Make sure you hit the like button. BJ, when you about to go live again, you know, I need to go troll you. You like to try to troll over here. I'm gonna go over there, score another TKO. Anyway, I gotta go, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. I'll be back on probably tomorrow, you know, to talk about some more fights, or I might do live. I don't know, during a Bellator or LFA. We'll see. Or might just do some picks before Bellator starts. I don't know. BJ said he'll be on about 8:30. Okay. Yeah, you see, BJ, you in my cage. You in my ring right now. BJ, you in my cage. You know, I got the big cage. I can move. I got room to move. But BJ, when we go with his channel, he got that small cage for the wrestlers. You know, he tried to use that small cage so he can try to maul. He like to maul when we get over there in his cage, because his cage is that phone booth. He got that Andrade cage over there to work. So All right, he said, yeah, make sure y'all go to No Filter MMA at 8:30. BJ, go to No Filter MMA at 8:30. He'll be on live. We're gonna take this noise over here. We're gonna take that noise over there, right? I mean, I'll be working, but I'm still, put what I gotta do, put it down, just to mess with him. All right, y'all. Like always, Combo Breaker 99. I am out. Subscribe. Peace.